meetings. Like I do really do want to peep that, but we go.
Um, well, yeah, but they're free.
There are, yeah, it is free. Y'all gotta go get your
It's
spiritual
free,
gift test.
bro. I mean, we got kind of a we got fast tracked or whatever, but I mean, still. So what? You got to wait for a minute, but it's free. Well, you know what? That's no, that's awesome because that was part of the conversation we had too.
Mm, tight.
So because they struggle with the same thing I struggle with, which is, I don't know, dude, if I want to charge for this.
Why not? It's not a decision. It's not something. I don't even think about it. I'll be like, all right,
Yeah.
number,
So
bet.
they're
Boom.
approaching it the same way we did.
But what you
Oh yeah. So
mean?
it's a yeah. Well, for me,
It's
it used to
it's
be.
crazy to me. It's profound to me. The only reason why is because you guys are so gifted and you guys have so many things that you can combine and put together in ways I've never even conceptualized, let alone actually had the ability to do. So it's like for me as somebody who's making money off of ideas and conversations, then actualizing off of that, starting with the resources to me is like, all right, the game is already won. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right. Well, but that's the point, right? And that's what we're supposed to do for all our children, right? That's what you're supposed to do as an elder for the youth, is to start them off at a head start. That's why you went through all that shit, right? Is to get a head start, right? To get a leg up, find a shortcut.
hmm.
Damn, I don't want to have to go the slow route. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hit the pass on. Shit, I bought this Bugatti so I could go faster. Type shit,
This is facts. Oh,
right?
also let me
So
mention
what?
this one.
But as like a father, especially, your job is to do that for your children.
This is my last blunt, and I put this
That's
on
an
the
amazing
recording already.
accomplishment, bro.
I
The
put this on the last
last
recording,
one,
but
and to
it's,
make that announcement publicly.
I'm gonna take a picture of it and say last blunt.
Well, you got a video of it. You got to take a picture.
You're right. You're right. You know what I'm saying?
You got a
Just in
live
case.
stream of it, bro. Now everybody that watches it's gonna hold you accountable,
Yeah, bro.
which is a good way. I do that too, especially if it's something I know I'll struggle with. Yeah,
Hold yourself
I
accountable.
see you. I see you.
You
I see you
feel me? Hold yourself.
taking them boss move, self boss
Put
move.
it
That's
on
what
wax.
that's what it's all about.
What they say? Money where your
Starts with
mouth
self
is.
always, right? Mindset. Got to make that
Hmm.
decision, right? I could just smoke weed all day, or I could smoke weed and build businesses all day,
Exactly. And I
or
know I could
I
just
could
lock
build
in and not
businesses
talk to the
all day
world, not
and
interact with the
not
world for
smoke.
months.
Right? But I
What,
don't
bro?
think
You
the
can
option should ever be I'm a smoker.
fair,
Right? That's the worst option.
fair.
Probably just above doing nothing.
By a smidge
Or
too. It's
just a nut,
crazy.
but not really by any caliber of like, you know, well, not by any caliber at all. Just by the fact you won't feel so bad about it.
It's like the most expensive broke person habit because like you can go get you a
It
fifth
is.
for like $6 to $10. Like you know what I'm saying? You could be a drunkard for cheaper. You know what I'm
You
saying? You know how
definitely
much a
could.
tray five is? You feel me? Like
Right. Yes. So
then whatever you
you know what
smoking
though?
with.
I've always thought that any type of substance abuse, when it becomes a substance abuse problem, is the problem. Right? Like literally, there's a lot of uses for psychedelics, for cannabis. I mean, Hitler literally, gave the Nazis methamphetamine. Probably
Yes,
what led to them being able to do so much
they were
and so
methed up.
fast, so much. Also, probably what led to a lot of really fucked up shit happening in the war. I know. So, did you think about a really intelligent person all hopped up on methamphetamine, like a Nazi criminal or something, or like a Nazi scientist or something? I could
Yeah, and
imagine
you got
shit getting
people
out
that
of
shooting
control.
at you.
Yeah, I could
So
see
you're
shit getting
going
out of
crazy
control,
from
bro. You're
war.
literally pumped full of methamphetamines. You're crazy.
Literally, you're going crazy from the war, from the
Yeah.
meth, and from the fact that y'all not really winning this bad boy right now.
Yeah, but then you go into like we can't say too much on it, but there's a whole history beneath history. Um, we'll just leave it at
Tight,
that.
tight,
Yeah.
smart move. Yeah,
DM me. I'll shoot you a couple documents to your Dropbox.
That's a call to action. Now, Chris, that one will work. Now you don't have to put a number on it. You see, you can
Yeah.
still stay
Oh yeah, we
philanthropy.
came up with that during the Daphne and Bristol
You know?
initiative. They also been kind of just doing their thing because I was like, lately I've been struggling with just the monetary aspect of things. Like I really just don't. It's just not my focus anymore. But I do understand that most people are focused on it, so it's kind of necessity. Not really, but uh, maybe it's convenience. Right? Everybody else uses it, so I guess I'll use it when I have to. As opposed to, man, I got to get as much of this shit and use it as much as I can. Like I really don't want to touch it
Remember how
because it is
I
the
was telling
direct
you about my
reason
mentee?
for everything that's happened. So that's weird when you finally get to a point to where you consider to be like, okay, now I know the shit to be wealthy, and then you
Mhm.
realize that's why all wealthy people don't give a damn about money.
Exactly. But my mentee, remember I was telling you about that story? She
True
said
wealth happens
to
when
put people
enlightenment
in position, you
happens.
got to be in position, right? So if I'm personally having the wealth like of myself and I know I'm straight, right? It's not about me collecting the bread, but I still need to collect the bread so I can, you feel me, put other people in position. I have to be in that position to, you feel me, actually help because a lot of people will hear us, but they in survival, gang. So if we
Right.
got employment programs, we got these things that you can learn and earn. We got these things that you can build yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can learn how to build your own token and pair it with the tokens that already exist out here. You can, you feel me, create an inner domains and start setting it up so you have legacy bundles behind you already, filled with assets that are, you feel me, always going to either appreciate or be, you feel me, added on to from the airdrops you're getting from the other things we got going. You see what I'm saying? Like that's worthy, I believe, of like putting any number on in terms of like $1 to $1 million because either way it helps a whole lot more than just us. You feel me?
Can you see the camera?
Not yet.
Complete picture on.
Okay, now I do.
Okay, cool. Yeah, for some reason, he can sit there and handle video as a time. So you can see. Oh yeah, and you know what? I really look, bro. So we now have we can set the tone of the whole place, bro.
Whole time it didn't come through on Zoom.
Ah, but give me a
That's
second.
lit.
Give me a second. Give me a second. Because I'm working with it. I'm working with this.
Says you're cooking with grease, brother. A wonderful thing. What time is it? It's 1 o'clock. Yeah, it's 1 o'clock for me. It's 2 o'clock Eastern. Uh, so it'll be 6 o'clock for him. Wonderful. We
Now,
ain't.
did you hear it?
Nope.
Okay.
What's interesting is the Zoom camera, when it's between your camera and mine, it does the invert. So I get to see what you see me as. They say like
Oh
when you
yeah,
look in the
yeah. It
mirror,
does
you
that
know.
little switch.
Yeah, that's interesting. This hair is like my left side. I'm trying to make that bad boy grow a little bit more, or let it grow a little bit more. But I think I must just have to do the big chop because the up top is just crazy. Like this stuff come all the way down past my eye at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like this one's
Okay.
going crazy too, though. I got
Why
a
do you
favorite
sound like
thread.
in a microphone?
Nah, yeah, it may be in the microphone itself noise
Ah,
canceling.
here we go.
That'd be dope. Is there any way that we are able to? Yes, yes, it is. Three meetings today, y'all. That's it.
Uh, awesome. Okay, so can you hear anything now? The difference?
No, not yet. You gotta try to hit that thing though. Oh,
All right, I'm saying as far as like the audio goes in my voice.
no, no, yeah, yeah. Your audio hasn't changed. It sounds the same. World domination now is JoJo. How you Philly? Happy money getting wealthy, wealth building Wednesday on the road. But nah, man. I'm definitely right with you on the aspect of like leaving something. That's what fathers are supposed to do, but
Yes,
that's what just people are supposed to do in general, though, right? Elders in general, like you said. So it's like looking at what we got left already. I think we started in a really good spot. But a lot of the
yeah.
stuff I was talking about came true this week too. You feel me? In terms of looking at where the new money is gonna start flowing into.
Can
You
you
feel
hear me
me?
now?
Giving a whole bunch of 30-year-olds bread. Guess what they doing? Looking at that GameStop again. Video games about to go crazy. And GameStop just bought or just announced, either announced because I didn't look at the actual Bitcoin record to see it myself. So I'm gonna just say announced. $512 million of a purchase of Bitcoin. Gaming industry. Right there, man. Eye and eye, neck and neck. We're gonna see more innovations come out.
Can you hear me?
Oh, audio is terrible though. I can hear you.
Audio terrible. Is that better or worse? There it is, guys. You get it. That
All right, back and I'm better. I'm real.
you're right. Is the audio still ridiculous?
Gee, I just hit the mute button and it kicked me out the meeting. I'm like, all right, I'm with it.
Can you hear me good now?
Nah, not good.
Okay. All right. So the problem is the integration here between all of this new equipment that I have, and so I'm running it through the original mixer that I had hooked up, right? Which has got all that integration shit in it, no thing, but it's got its own settings. And I FX looped it, which is like kind of running from like the computer's going to be the DAW, right? Where the software that we're actually like recording from and all of the, I guess the signal base is coming from. So it's coming out from that into the first mixer, and then I FX loop that into the the stack, the rig that I just got, which has got, I'm still figuring a lot of this shit out, but it's got anything and everything. But I just realized that this 828 here has got like 4 or 5 different mixes and mixers on it with so many different EQ settings and kilohertz frequencies. Anyway, and then you got to run that and loop that through and loop that through. And when you do an FX loop, instead of coming straight from the original mixer into that and then, you know what I'm saying, out from that to wherever, you're basically looping it through those to come back into the original mixer.
Mm-hmm.
And you can set like each channel for, so one could have like, so uh I could preset a certain set tone of effects, right? So say we had like one set of effects that we recorded a song with that just like you just love the way your fucking voice sounded, right? Or maybe it was like a piano track or something you put down and it was just you just really love the settings, the way it came through, the acoustics and everything of it. We could set that to a preset, and then once you loop it through the FX back into the mixer, you can then just come to like one of these stays, and just click that preset. And then you don't have to do nothing. It's automatically going to set all that shit for you. You don't have to go back
Oh.
through and adjust it and find it and look for which, was it number 48 or 30? You know what I mean? It's just,
Well,
you
how
hit
about this
preset one,
then?
name it, boom.
Can I send
So
you
if we were to come, for instance, every time, if you have just a set that just did good with your vocals, we could
yeah,
just
I'm
have,
familiar with vocal chain. If
yeah.
I
So
if I
it's,
was to send you over my stems, would you want to fucks with
yeah.
it? Because I actually have the last song I did, the beat itself isolated, my vocals isolated, and the stems and the things that we added separate.
Oh, so now that would probably be very beneficial. Let me click it. All right. Is that better?
No change.
No change. All right, cool. Mhm.
All right, let me send it to you then,
Yeah, definitely send me that. We'll definitely get in on that.
cause gee, that will be dope. That means we could definitely get some live instruments. I know a few people with guitars.
Oh yeah, I've got all the instruments now. Um, hold on. Okay.
My boy says all of them.
Yeah, like when I say all of them, I mean like all of them.
You said all I got to do is come down there and play them. All right, all
Yeah,
right.
that's it. Oh, like what do you want to play?
You know I'm a
Guitar?
saxophonist, so I'm thinking about some. I'm gonna get some
Uh,
James Earl Jones type vibes going on first.
you
Get
hear the
that
piano or
saxophone,
no?
huh?
You hear the piano?
No,
No?
no.
Okay. Then I still gotta loop those things. But see, once I do that, I'm gonna plug I got an electric drum set, the piano, like three, four guitars, an actual real set of drums too. The vocal boost done. Um, we got this stat. The rig's got all the PA shit. I got a power amp, a preamp, a processor, uh, a bunch of EQs, an effector, an effects, um, a lot of other shit. Really, some of this stuff I'm still looking up. And I got a
Yeah,
record player that is Bluetooth and like MIDI capable, so we can get the actual authentic sound of a record, a vinyl, and sample that or get that actual like because everybody knows that like an actual vinyl record, it just sounds better, or maybe not better. Like as far as if we're really being honest, like the audio quality is shit. You know what I mean? Like, but just the nostalgia maybe from it, or it's just something about that. I think personally that's why Big S the Club beats be snapping so much because like he'll take like some old sample from like some old blues or jazz song or something, and that'll be like the bass little sample. That's like and it'll always start out with that, right? There's a reason for that frequency shit, right? Something about that old sound, that old music before they changed it to 42 hertz. It could broadcast through all of your shit now. There's something about it, bro.
yeah, and plus an 808 sound good
Am I
overlaid
still
over
sounding,
everything.
like, can you still hear me this far away or is it distorted?
It's not distorting at all. Same
Really?
quality though. Yeah.
Okay. So then the
And your
sound.
camera went off, so I don't know how far away you saying.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm standing like all the way over here.
Oh no, gang, I can still hear you perfectly.
That's crazy. So what about now?
Yep, perfectly.
Still over here, you can hear me.
Perfectly.
Bro, I'm all the way at the back of the whole basement.
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly. So
That's amazing. But you can't hear this.
I could heard that. I heard that instrument, yeah.
You can hear the piano. Like clear?
No.
Not clear. It's still like distorted, like the voice is.
Yeah, it's a little
Or not
distorted like the
distorted,
voice
just kind of
is.
low.
Hold
All right,
on,
yeah,
y'all.
that's cool.
Let me take this call real quick. I'll be right back.
All right.
Alrighty, back and I'm better.
How are we doing on the sound quality now? Any better or worse?
Nope, no tail, no tail. My boy wanted to do the mic check.
Yeah, man, why not? Right? I mean, because if I once I set this, I got to set it one time and then it's done.
Fair enough. Actually, yeah, getting it right for the Zoom. Didn't think about that. Yeah, the stems.
Yeah.
Right on rim. Dope.
What better way to do it than while we're in it, right? Can't do it any other way.
Oh man, I guess that means I need to keep yapping.
Yeah, you got to keep talking, bro. We got to get it right. Get it right. Get it right. Put it back on y'all. What is
Need
that?
y'all to
What's on?
start
Oh yeah,
time
that's
blocking, man. Need y'all to start setting out little periods of your day where you can go ahead and get something done. Measure how long it takes you to do something. So you could do something simple, bro. Just start off with brushing your teeth,
exactly.
making food, washing dishes or something. You know what I'm saying? And then we start
That's what
actually
I do.
seeing that
Multitask.
open. You said what
Like
happened?
that's what me and the kids do. They're good at it.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, they're amazing at it. Really.
Billionaire skills. What's it called? Meta skills, soft skills.
That's it. It's really just people skills and psychology skills, if you really think about
Facts.
it.
Facts.
Everything boils down to that, really. It's either a connection through spirit or a connection through people that you're dealing with in every situation or circumstance, right? Because even if like you're going to, a job interview, like there's a person that's going to be conducting that interview, and so I've seen a lot of people that just get by, um, just on gift of gab alone, right?
Huh.
Yeah, people. I've done it. You have. Like you really, you know what I'm saying? Just confidence in your ability, and the ability to like relay that confidence to other people and make them feel confident that you know what you're doing. That alone. I've seen people that really couldn't do nothing but get hired on, and shit. Next thing you know, they're supervised just because they was like, yeah, I
Fair
can do
enough.
that shit, and got in there and did it. Sometimes it's just really making a connection. They're like, what do you want? Because that's what you're gonna get. Like right now, I want a very crisp and clear, precise sound. So that's what I'm working on. Oh yeah,
I want a I want a 1965 Ford Galaxy
you got like this.
500.
Like, can you see it? Well,
Hold on, it's
that's
loading.
that's what we're, that's the whole stack. Like, it's a lot.
Oh
But
yeah,
anyway, so everything, all the sound equipment is coming through there into this mixer. You see the mixer?
I see it in the back. That
Boom,
thing.
there. Yeah, that mixer. Right. So that mixer, and then this is in the back. That's the electric drums and the piano and the other drums that's back behind it and all that. We
Got
got
it
some
all tucked under.
local
Okay, so
beats.
you could pretty much just swap instruments, swap to instruments, or swap to.
Yeah,
Okay,
everything's going to go through this particular. Uh, this is actually a patch bay. So that top row of those are all patches. So you can run anything and everything through 16 billion little patch loops, and then from there into. So I can. A lot of these have already have their own mixers, presets, effects, uh, different shit. So
yep. When I
basically, I
used to
can
dance
store
ballet,
every
that's what they had backstage to
that goes
control all
in
the
it.
sounds and the lights because we would switch from live music to
Right,
what you
exactly. So
call
we could do lights, we could do music, we could do vocals, we could do audio, video. I mean, it's everything, and it rolls. It's got wheels. So that's a whole entire creation station, bro. The whole thing.
real spill or the
Yep.
riff.
Let's go. I'm getting there. We're getting there. So now it's just a matter of just the whole tedious part, which is like with every studio and everything. You get new equipment, you gotta hook it up, you gotta run it through the sound patches and shit. You gotta set the audio, the acoustics, and we got to get it right. Otherwise, what'd you get it for? Right? You get
This-
audio equipment to make the audio better or somehow use it in a more productive way. So if you get it and don't set it, then it's legal.
So
And
all of
this
this
was
is
honestly a blessing. So I feel kind of compelled to really put it to use because this is basically donated as like a contribution toward what we were already doing, which was like, trying to empower the people and help everybody too. And me and Daphne and Crystal actually had that conversation too about the music, how that, we've talked about it many times, how the 808s on those beats, man, just be lulling you right into it and it makes it acceptable to hell. You ride around listening to this song for weeks, bobbing the shit out of your head, loving it. And then you start to listening to what he's saying and listening to what she's saying. And it's like, oh, damn, I don't even like this song no more. Like, you hear what he said? Oh my God. Like, you know what I'm saying? Imagine listening to like Kanye, that little Kanye cousin song over and over. And you just ride, bobbing. And you say, that was hell, bro. And then you listen like, what? Did he just talk about? What did he say about his cousin?
That's how I feel about
Yeah,
listening to Young Thug.
yeah, man. Because I don't know what he's saying half the time, if I'm being honest. I go back and listen to that shit and be like, what?
I
Oh,
thought about it like this. It's probably
wow.
like the world's best marketing ploy. Like, how do you get
It
somebody
really
to
is, bro.
replay the
Because you got to
song?
re-listen.
You
Because you're
got
going to grab it. Because I don't know what the hell this motherfucker said, bro. What did he say? I got to hear it again. Rewind that shit. That's another stream.
run it back.
That's another 100 racks, bro. If everybody listened to his song 2 times, he just got paid again. And then you gonna listen to that one part 15 times before you even make it to the second verse. Yeah, that's genius. You know what?
Me
I'm
and
gonna
my
start
boy
coming
was
to
sitting there. Me and my
some
boy
of
was
my
sitting there. You know what I'm
influences in
saying?
my verse, bro.
And he couldn't pass it off as none, right? We sober everything. We having fun. We just listening to music, right? He said, "Horses don't stop; they keep going." I was like, "Excuse me?" He said,
Yeah,
"Horses don't stop." I'm like,
what does that
"Hustlers, hustlers don't stop; they keep."
mean? Yeah. Oh, I forgot the one that got me. I think it was that power. Man, it was the one part, bro. I listened to that shit on repeat over and over, trying to decipher this strange, strange
Man,
dialect. I couldn't. I never still don't know what it said. It was one part. You probably nobody could except him.
what's that? Pass me the hookah. I didn't know what a hookah was. I was like, "Yo, no
Oh
way."
yeah, dude. Hey, that's a good point. Terminology means everything, doesn't it? If you don't
He
understand the terminology, if you don't understand the systems, you're definitely gonna get manipulated and abused by it. That's just a
Yeah.
fact.
I
But,
will say Thug
yeah,
introduced me
that's
into
the
the
thing,
hookah. I
bro.
learned about it as a Middle Eastern tradition and why they started doing it with the hash, the hashish and stuff like that.
Hmm.
All off of that song. I was like, pass me the hooker. I typed it in one day and it didn't come up. I was like, oh, hookah. What is that? And like,
So, so the whole context of that entire verse was altered by "Pass me the hooker"
yeah.
instead of the hooker.
I was like, no way this nigga said this on
That's
the
the
radio.
whole thing. Like, see what I mean? That's what I'm talking about right there. It's like the whole like I thought he was saying hooker the whole time. I
I
hated
was
it.
like, I was
Why
like,
did I
you
keep
know way
saying
he
hooker?
said pass me the hooker.
Why?
I was bumping it too. I was like, wait. And I got back to the crib. I was like, nah, what was it we just listening to? She was like, Young Thug. I was like, who? Oh nah, boy. Typed it in so quick.
Oh, well, oh yeah, that 2 Chainz song, the silly missing. You know what I'm saying? My
Pull up
girl,
to the
she
scene.
forever she thought it said, pull up to the scene on my silly mission. And I was like,
Pull up to the scene on my silly man.
I mean, it kind of fits the whole narrative. I was like, but I could see why you vibing with this song so much.
Pull up to the
Uh,
scene on my
I
silly man.
explained to her how it wasn't
It'll go crazy too.
silly mission, sweetheart, but I like silly mission better, really.
Ceiling missing.
Oh yeah. You
When
know
it
what?
first
This is
came
what.
out, G, the ceiling
Yeah,
missing memes, G, they was posting pictures with people with their toupee. He's like, pull up to the scene with my roof gone.
welcome to the scene with my roof go. Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
he made
just loss of blood
convertibles.
flow to the
He made
scalp
convertible cars. One of
and vitamin deficiency,
you said what happened about vitamins?
hair loss. Usually, it's contributed to a vitamin deficiency and loss of circulation in the scalp.
What's that? Keratin, I think.
One of them, yeah. Keratin is like the what builds the hair and strengthens the follicles and shit. But like that's why a lot of people, like some people can use like I forget the active ingredient in Rogaine or something, but it's the same active ingredient in like all those hair growth chemicals. But it'll work for some men and some be nothing. Well, some men it's literally because the blood flow to the scalp is like one of the leading causes of hair loss for one. And then if you don't like possess the right nutrients and vitamins and shit through your diet or in your body, um, one thing about proteins is they're made up of amino acids, right? And
Mm,
amino acids are like the building blocks of your body and structure and tissues, all of it, right? So if you don't have, you have essential and non-essential amino acids. right? Essential are the ones that your body can't make out of other shit in your body. You have to get them through diet.
Tight.
That's the only way. They're essential, which means without them, parts of your body aren't going to get fucking built. Right? That's like throwing a building together, but you don't have the fucking frame, the foundation. Right? It's going to fall over.
I see.
So the essential amino acids, some of those are needed for all tissue. So this isn't just people think protein, they think muscle. People think protein, they think get bigger and stronger and faster. Like no, bro, everything. Your retinas, the organs, that all tissue in the body has to have amino acids and proteins. And like I'm actually doing a lot of deep research into carbohydrates, and then also the effects of fasting with the endocrine system and how that will actually produce certain hormones and speed up things in the body. So that's why they also taught in a lot of ancient cultures and a lot of just health-based shit, esoterics and shit. It's all fasting is a very important part. Like a lot of reasons why the sleep is so important is fasting, right? So don't eat like a couple hours before bed. I guess it's turning into a health thing, right? Anyway, yeah. So like fasting will release certain hormones in the body or certain chemicals in the immune system that will speed up metabolism. One thing after 24 to 72 hours, 72 hours, your body will start to produce HGH, human growth hormone, to help, you know, uh, stopping muscle accumulation. And then also, your body, after being fasted for 24 hours, will start to eat, like, I guess technically itself, but it's not itself. It's actually eating all the mutated shit, all the toxins, all of the shit you don't want in your body, parasites, shit like that. It's going to start to eat that, um, which is good. You need that, right? Now there will be there is like a ketosis state to where you went so long without food, without water, without stuff you need that your body will start to eat up its actual muscle tissue and stuff. But I forgot what got us on the subject. I guess I'm going ahead and pulling it in sport. I feel like I just
Honestly, it was pull up to the scene with the roof gone, boo.
yeah, with the root on baldness. That's right. So that's all because you're lacking an essential amino acid and you don't got no blood flow to the scalp. And
It's
then I kind
crazy.
of explained how that all works too. Um,
Yeah, it's just fast and eat you some meat, you feel me, carnivore diet.
right.
And this is actually funny. I
You have
learned
to
this from Joe
clear
Rogan,
out
the
your
bald
body.
dude. But then I also looked at Jordan Peterson. He's also following a carnivore diet. His daughter's following a carnivore diet. I actually looked I never really got into Liver King because dude was a little bit extreme with it. And then comes to find out he was on steroids anyway.
Yeah,
But
well, dude,
now
I took one look at that dude and said, yeah, that's stupid for sure.
yeah, it was terrible. Yeah,
Oh
but
god.
around that hype, you feel me? Actually, that's when I really got into finding out about you know what I'm saying, what the carnivore diet does in terms of why they only put salt on it. They're like, we're not using no other seasonings, you feel me? Homie was like, gee, I'm having steak, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Maybe some eggs. Maybe some eggs. I'm
I'm
like,
the
well,
total opposite with it. I really eat no meat. Um, I'm not like a like vegetarian vegan is like most people. Like I will eat meat, but only when I like usually like I really just kind of go by what my body tells me. If I'm having a craving, like I rid myself of parasites and you know, as much as a human can possibly like not be addicted to food, I have done it. So I've went to extremes of complete like canceling out, don't eat this, don't eat that, you know, to like eating as much as I want, you know. But there's like it's something natural about medicine food, but it's also an addiction, sugar especially. You know what I mean? A lot of
yeah,
times
I put
people
a lot of sugar in my
are
coffee. I'm
not
not gonna lie to you.
sugar
That's
addicted.
probably my biggest intake of sugar in a day because I have like 2 cups and I don't use a spoon, but I pour it till it tastes good and fight me on it. But like, you know
What
what I'm saying?
coffee?
Intermittent fasting
Oh
and
yeah,
like
my coffee in the
some
morning is
meat.
gonna be sweetened and sugared. Oh, that's just gonna be sweet, creamy, like just it's gonna be delicious for
My
sure.
OG
But
said
I'm only
he's
gonna
like
have that
my
one, and
boy.
then the rest of the time, like you said,
When I
you
first
know,
when I first started
that's
drinking
that's
coffee,
all
my
lean,
OG he walked
good,
up.
good
He
healthy
saw me
activities, right?
pouring the sugar in the creamer. He say, "Boy, you don't like coffee for real." I was like, "What you mean?" He's like, "You gotta
No,
drink."
bro,
I was
that's
like,
not like I like my coffee the way I like it, and I got a set routine. And I told Kristen about it. And I know it's weird, but it makes me happy in the morning. I get up and I wash my face and I clean the house while my little coffee's making. right? And that's like my little thing. And I never wake up angry. I never wake up mad. Really, that's the secret. That's the secret, bro. What happened to you in that dream that you woke up so angry about? If it was that bad, then shit, come on, we'll teach you how to lucid dream a little, and you can get in there and whoop his ass.
Real spill. You now you know some Muay Thai. You can go ahead and do a grapple.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll teach you how to spiritually do a spinning back kick. You know what I'm saying? A spiritual spinning back kick.
Backflip, double crosswind, backflip kick. We can show you some shit. You
An
feel me?
astral projected act kick.
Astral projection axe kick go crazy, nigga. What? Put that in Elden Ring right now.
Yeah, yeah. No, really though, I've always thought that was strange. You know, those people say, "Don't talk to me for an hour when I wake up." It's like, what? What are you doing during that hour?
I
Right?
wake up at like 4 o'clock every morning
Man, I don't
and I don't
sleep.
do
If,
anything.
if the
I
sun is up, I can't sleep.
I
What?
sit there for a good minute, you feel me, and I center and then I look at some of the things that I did or didn't do for the day. And usually I got a board with
That's
some
the best.
notebook, you feel me? But
Do you
right
know
when I
that
get
there's a
started,
sleep
like you feel
schedule?
me, it's the shit shave and shower method, you know what I'm saying? I'll be like, I bet finna go finna go get ready, you feel me?
People
Sometimes I
actually
do my
wake
hair,
up at 3 in
sometimes
the
I
morning
won't,
and
you
like
know what I'm saying? And other
yeah,
times I
and
usually
study.
start the day in a call actually, believe it or not. Like at 6 in the morning, you feel me? People on different time zones. Right now I only got like one client that's international. You know what I'm saying? So calling me at crazy hours, that's it. You feel me? But it'd be real brief. And I don't know, it's like a little jolt. It's a good jolt to get my brain woke, you feel me? And homie know. You feel me? Homie
Yeah.
already know it's gonna take me a good second to get the day started too. Before I get the coffee, about 10 o'clock in the morning, because I posted 10 to 6, you feel me? 10 o'clock in the morning, CST is usually go time, G. I'm not gonna lie to you. And
Oh
that'll
yeah.
depend on if I gotta leave the house or not. Like, but the way that the businesses are set up, you feel me, is set up so I can kind of earn, learn, and everything that I'm, you feel me, doing on the back end just goes back into feeding what's already built. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know, time blocking. I don't really think about being upset. There is no reason for me to be upset. What have I put around me to be mad about? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Exactly. That's kind of my thing. I just I don't know. I think if there's a reason why you're waking up bitter, angry, depressed, any of these. Listen, we are not negative by nature. We are not angry by nature. We are not. We're not any of those things. We are not by nature. But here's the flip side of that. We are also not good by nature, right? We are not always joyful by nature. We are not always calm by nature either, right? And so that's like a big thing that people have to accept and realize in themselves, but also I think more so in everybody else, because it'll probably make it a lot easier to deal with everything and other people's situations and circumstances, right? Because you're not always fucking happy. But that doesn't mean that you have to make other people less happy, right? You're not always going to be chipper in the morning, right? But that doesn't mean that you should always be bitter either. And I think that's
Especially
kind of
if
my
you have the
like
toolkits
it's
and the
just
support system, right? You know, like you have the knowledge bases available to you now. So if you got ways to kind of pacify that for yourself is one thing, but also like bringing that energy to people. You feel me? I feel like if you're conscious of that, if you're just aware of that, you know what I'm saying, you can kind of start to see more changes in your own energy. Like you feel me? Everybody, we're symbiotic creatures. Like I think me and you talked about this too: the nature versus nurture and evolution versus the environment. Oh yeah, that was a great conversation.
yes,
We could have rehab that conversation. Matter of fact, because that was some
we
shit.
should.
But one of the things that you brought up is the fact that like, okay, even if you do have somebody that's in an environment, right, they're still social creatures. You feel me? If you're isolated in that environment, you're socially, you're still acknowledged, you still have a presence. You know what I'm saying? But it's a matter of your extrapolation into things that you can gain or provide value to, right? If you can provide value to the whole, you'll find that natural kind of like symbiotic. You feel me? We're humans. we're earthbound parasites. Great, you know.
Right.
But it's one of the things that gives us our connection, like mushrooms, like the mycelium network. You feel me?
Yep.
We all got our roots somewhere. You feel me? So I think like the environment only shapes you as far as in your method of connecting to the environment. I don't think that it shapes you in your capacity to learn new methods.
Exactly. And that's why I say yes, people are better than others, and then people get offended. But then I have to break down the context of that. Not better by capability by nature, but even then, no, not so much because we also had an opinion on that too. I had so many enlightening experiences doing that. I suggest everybody definitely. Do you have like the? Can you share your screen? Do you have like the website or anything? I would suggest anybody to go and at least get their reading. Right, it's
Oh
free.
yeah,
It's completely free, and it will, if nothing else, it will make you aware of certain things that you probably weren't aware of. But for those that actually know a little something, it is going to literally either verify everything that you already knew, right? Or it's gonna open your eyes to things that you didn't know that's gonna help you and be beneficial. It was so enlightening, but also don't do it if you don't really want to be a better you, because it's gonna take away all those bullshit excuses that they've got for why they ain't done it in a lot. All right.
for
So
sure.
I encourage everybody to go check it out. And those of you that are particularly interested in money and wealth and all of that, I would still recommend it. So you might not be the most spiritual person in the world, but you got to understand that the laws and the systems and the monetary system is exactly that. It's a system. And where do you think those systems came from? A system that was either predating it or it's just an extension of it. If you trace that shit back far enough, where are you going to end up?
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, yeah, sure. Now, I think.
All right, great. So here it is.
Oh,
You
wait a
feel
minute.
me? This is the spiritual
Okay.
gift testing. So celestialspringsanctuary.org. You know what I'm saying? You'll be able to go ahead and visit this. You could go ahead directly to spiritual gift testing. So you can follow this, or you just go to sanctuary services. All right. When you hit book online, you feel me? Boom. Or you hit sanctuary, you'll be able to see everything else. You'll be able to learn about the apothecary, and you'll also be able to learn more about the quantum lab and some more of the other things that's going on. So this is for like if you already know some stuff and you just really need to go ahead and get caught up on, you feel me, how it applies to you. Somebody that's active in the field doing this off of empirical data. This is something that's invaluable as a resource. So especially if you are new to this too, right? So I feel like it can be highlighted for both ways, and that's why it's so impactful. So, boom, it shows you everything that comes with it. Each session is designed to identify your divine design through vibrational response testing, rather, remote sensing evaluation, timeline perception analysis, elemental alignment mapping, quantum resonance reading, and also from your own knowledge standpoint, you feel me? That is an invaluable resource.
Oh my
Crystal as
goodness,
well.
yeah.
You feel me? So being able to bring anything that you understand already into the conversation makes it just that much more impactful for you. So yeah, please, please, please visit celestialspringsanctuary.org. Boom.
Yeah. Awesome. Good
Well,
plug, by the
that
way.
really
There's
would.
a lot more
You feel me?
questions. See.
Yeah, man. Gotta go ahead and put this blunt out. This is the last blunt. Dang.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to be as bold and say I'm joining uh, because I know once I make a statement like that, it's set. That's like law. You know what I mean? Remember how I told you about the working out in the fitness. That I gauge a lot of everything else that I got going on in my life by that, and that's paying rent to me, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's like that's a light building. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't not pay the bills. Like everybody else is, that's the way they think. So I think about fitness and health the same way. Right? That's just the way it is.
I
So
see
I
what you're
have to
saying.
work out. I have to stay healthy. I have to stay on top of my game. I have to eat healthy. I have to not. put toxins in my body. Now that doesn't mean that I know that shit every day.
Do you subscribe? But you heavily subscribe to like the body is a temple thing too. I remember you
Absolutely.
briefly talked on that too.
100%. I would say it's even more than a temple. That shit is a temple, a church, a Stargate, a direct link to your ancestors. It's a storage of data. It's, yeah, body is everything.
I see what you're saying.
The
Health is
machine.
definitely wealth,
It's
man.
literally, I
Health
mean, if you
is
make
wealth.
with somebody, like you are exchanging DNA, like you are literally leaving behind and picking up a piece of someone. And not just of someone, of everything that they are, their whole entire ancestral DNA, everything. You guys, you exchange these things.
Can't change it, man. Can't
When
change
you
it.
have sex with a woman, guys, whether she ends up pregnant or not, you have left something behind. And I'm not talking about the semen, bro. It's everything that's encoded in that. And the skin to skin contact and all that. You ever notice, like, you know what I'm saying, when you touch someone that that you love or that have feelings for, there is a connection. There's electricity when it happens. You feel it. You can't see it, but you can feel that shit. Right? What do you think is happening when you're actually being intimate with a woman, and then you go be intimate with another one, and then you go, you know what I'm saying? And now you wonder why all these women crazy, and you got all this drama with these women, bro. You literally connected with each one of those on a spiritual level, and then acted like that wasn't shit.
Hmm.
That's spiritual karma coming at your ass. Really.
What you eat, what you read, what you know what I'm saying,
Everything.
be around can also shape all of that too. And then,
Exactly. You know, if you kill an animal and he's
mm,
afraid or frightened or angry or stressed, all that stress gets locked in that meat and then you're eating it. So there you go. Same goes for a plant too. You know, there was a study done years and years ago. This guy, he did a whole. I read the. I did. I was infatuated by it. It started out with him setting a plant on fire, and measuring it on a polygraph, and he realized that when he caught that piece
right.
on fire, that plant had a reaction. There was an electric signal sent. It was like, oh shit, right? So that the next experiment that he did, once he realized that these plants they can react, they have feelings basically, is he started experimenting with just how deep do these feelings and this connectivity go. So he measured the reaction from setting the plant on fire, and then the next experiment he did, he went with the intent on setting the plant on fire and the exact same response. So before he had even actually set the plant on fire the second time,
Yeah.
the plant already responded as if he had done so. So
And that's the point that you had made in our lifestyle libraries point thing too one time. But that gives us the other perspective, right, on like the carnivore diet versus like the vegetarian. That plant knows you finna eat it before you know you finna eat it,
and that
right?
animal does.
Isn't that
You
isn't
think
that
you think
profound?
when a gazelle's getting chased by a cheetah, you think that gazelle's thinking, "Damn, man, he's just mad because somebody bullied him at home." You think that gazelle's thinking, "You know what? This cheetah's just chasing me because he had a bad day at work." Hell no, bro. That gazelle knows he's got if this motherfucker catches me, I'm dead. This cheetah is gonna eat my ass, bro. That's why he's running. He wouldn't give a damn if that cheetah had a bad day at work. He'd probably stand up and fight it. He knows that this cheetah is gonna kill me and eat me.
Yeah, he's
I
seen
ain't fighting.
people.
I'm getting the
He's
hell away
seen
from
what
it.
happened to
I ain't got
other
time for it.
animals.
Yeah, the animals know things. That's another thing I think is crazy for human beings to judge something else, like another living species, by your concept of intelligence. Bro, you're pretty stupid. I hate to break it to you people,
On a
but
medial
humans are
level,
pretty
yeah.
fucking stupid in the actual cosmic scheme of things, right? Let's think about it. We haven't personally this, especially Caucasian, like descent, like you guys ain't even been around that long, or us guys, half me, us guys, base guys, you
Type shit,
know.
bro. Combination.
Anyway, like it's a couple 100,000 years type shit. Like that's crazy, right? And then that goes into a whole lot of other shit because like how did you guys get so good so quick? Like you know what I'm saying? So all
Oh
that shit.
man, let's look. What you want for the next research and development?
Entertainment and education program. Anyway,
What you want for the
so
research and development session? Because I really need to look into the 1800s, bro.
yeah, you do. Or you need to really per se, I would say that you look into what happened right before the 1800s, and then before the 1800s. That's when the last shift really occurred.
So, are you familiar with Roy Casagrande?
I am.
So now I'm looking into Sarah Payne. You feel me?
Okay.
Because she has a lot more of the Asiatic and a lot of more research
Yeah,
papers in
that's
that area.
a lot of the stuff is saying like that. That was like the. I don't know if it was maybe necessarily the last like place or stronghold or whatever, but it definitely there's strong evidence to support that the remaining like scholars and people that did have knowledge and things of like the old ways and technologies and things were sent like out through the world from Asia with like, I guess the last ditch effort kind of, we got to get it and save the world type shit. So that would probably be a good place to start.
Tight,
Trace it back as far as you can, you know what I mean?
tight.
Um, I've even traced it back to like way farther than I thought that it could even go. And now I'm just left with a lot more questions about a whole lot of shit that I didn't even know.
Yep. Now I'm looking at paperworks that the grannies and the scribes
Right,
had under their beds.
exactly. I'm looking at everything like old, any type of folklore now. You know what I mean? If it's like a legend, if it's an urban legend, if it's like, I'm gonna look into it and find out there's something to this. There's a reason why certain stories, no matter how fantastic, if it's like, fantasy based up, they're left behind for a reason, bro. And there's also a reason why all of the ancient cultures would tell these grand stories about things. And everybody thinks that it's just like fairy tales or, it's the stuff we told to excite the children. Dude, the children were excited enough. They were children. As long as you don't fuck with them, they're going to be excited as hell all the time. They're going to be crazy. They're going to literally uplift you and make you have fun. You start imposing all these like worldly views and all this system based structural shit, limiting, it's like the kid jumps in a mud puddle, first thing you do is yell at him, don't get dirty, you know what I'm saying? That right there, that simple thing is stunting creativity. That is stunting growth. What if that kid was very infatuated by the ripples in this mud puddle, and that jump into it was just an experiment, just a science experiment to see what happens when something big lands in this pool of water or this energy or this frequency, right? But you'll never know because you stunted that shit. Stop it. And neither will they if you keep doing it.
Yep. How do you feel when you do good things versus bad? Right. I feel like it's that
I
energy.
feel
It's
good.
that energy, right? It's that energy you can sense. That's the ultimate unifying factor. And at the end of the day, the only thing that's going to keep us divided is the fact that we want to assign various names without really identifying the experience for in
Yeah.
ourselves. You feel me? So it's like, all right, cool. Once you do that, and now once you maintain that, you feel me?
It gets
You got
different. That's a very good point you made. Once you make now anybody can shoot a shot and make it. All right,
mm-hmm,
but it takes somebody like Kobe Bryant to literally be hitting 50, 60%, 70%.
mm-hmm.
And that's unheard of. That's somebody that has just got in there, put in the work and put in the time and actually did it.
Let me ask you a question here. How do you feel about ending some meetings on a prayer? We both believe in
Um,
power at the
I
least,
don't
right?
oh, the last thing I do is restrict or oppress or impose my beliefs on anybody. And I think that overall, all of these things, Allah, Yahweh, God, whatever book you're reading, if you actually look back, they're all the same God, most of them. But definitely the Jewish, the Muslim, and the Christian God are all the exact same God. So it's just ironic that they always fight so much over which God is right. It's the same one, right? And then, like I said, with knowledge brings understanding. With understanding brings open mindedness, and then possibilities and courage, right? But that possibility is it's not always pleasant, let's say. So you're not always going to be happy with the results when you start digging into the past and wanting to know the truth. That's the thing about the truth. It don't give a fuck about your children
At all.
at all. Like it spares none.
Yeah.
Um, so
That's
once
why I
you
laugh.
find,
There's some satire in that.
yeah, yeah, there is. And once you find truth, it really brings a peace to you, even though you might be unhappy with what you find. It like at least you know. But then that's that thing. Once you know, you can't unknow. So
Peace be still creative works, baby. I don't know if y'all could tell.
And
Peace be
so
tatted on me for that's what it is.
I got a question for you. Well, would you say that success is easier than blissfully ignorant? Well, we don't even got to say success. Let's just say knowledge in general. Let's just say being educated. Would you say that it is easier or harder than just living life carefree?
I believe for sure it's easier, but I do think that some quality of some of the basic, super like long lasting joys that people get from really mundane tasks, I think that's lost on you. But I do feel like it's a more than fair trade off because of the impact that you're able to have just by getting your stuff together. Right? Like
Mm,
you could just be blissfully ignorant and blend in and get some stuff done, move up the ranks, get to 40 and 50 and be like, cool, I got enough to do what I need to do and plan that out. And if that's the lane that you want to take, you know what I'm saying, you can just live life on autopilot essentially. But I think now we're really seeing the fact that people got to that point and stayed there even in higher levels. So it's like we're reaping the punishment of that, right? And now it's like you can't live blissfully ignorant and trust in just that dream. You feel me? Unless you also have some of the knowledge or the support at the very least to back you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I do think that it'll come with a sense of ease and a lot more clarity. You feel me? Than being blissfully ignorant because you'll always be questioning why, what, why
right.
it's terrible. It's you feel me? And it, you just you I feel like blissfully ignorant also comes with the tendency to be what I'm saying, a little arrogant, a little it comes with the more negative
Ooh,
aspect of
that's a
being.
good point that you made.
You
Because you
feel me?
wouldn't think that ignorance and arrogance, even though they sound very similar, you wouldn't normally associate those two things with each other. But that is a very good point, and kudos for that to mention. Because it
Real
is a
sweet.
lot of times the arrogance comes from the less educated person always most because an educated person, someone who is really knowledgeable and confident in what they know, they don't really have anything to prove, right? And they don't really need anything from anybody. So it's a confidence, not an arrogance. It's a capable, not a conceited. And so that's like a difference. But the arrogance is always going to come from either someone who is insecure or uneducated, or at least less educated on it, because that's why they have that superiority complex. Really, so wow, you know what I mean? If I talk louder, I win the argument, right? But to argue is to make clear. So if all you did was talk louder or be more aggressive, the only thing that you made clear was that you didn't know what the fuck you were talking about.
Yeah, I'll tell you that in a heartbeat, and I'll say it loud too. I'm like, I
Yeah,
don't
I do.
know
You know
what
me,
you're
man.
talking about.
Like, I'm even more so this in person. This is me being HR aware. So this is me actually toning it down and just trying to be cookie cutter, and I still can't really do it.
You know
You know
what
what though? We
though?
talked
I
about that
will
today,
say,
me and you
have you
too.
watched
About
some of your old videos
coaching.
back now, Chris? Have you said
What
and
is
like
it?
really watched them now?
Have I watched them? No, not
Take
really.
some
I've watched a
time,
few.
bro.
If I
Take
do
some.
watch them, I watch you guys. I'll skip over me.
Wow, what? Come on,
Yeah,
man. Check the evolution. I hate my voice though. I hate the way I sound when I listen to
yeah, me
myself
too,
back.
bro. I sound like I like when I talk, I'll listen and be like, bro, I sound so country, bro. I sound so like you know what I'm saying. I swear to God, it like if you just didn't see my face and you just heard me talk, you'd be like, "Boy, that's a white boy from the sticks right there."
It's from the sticks.
But it ain't even that at all, really. It's I mean, it is that, right? Like, yeah, some of my country, like some of my people that live off in like the Hollands, bro. Yes, you will disappear, and there are a lot of pigs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, but there ain't no cops, so let's get that clear. You know what I'm saying? That type shit. Uh, but then like I also bro, I've been there. You know what I'm saying? I know what it's like to be stereotyped and oppressed by the police. And I definitely know what it's like to have your past used against you. I know what it's like to have a gun pulled on me. I know what it's like to pull a gun. I know, you know what I'm saying? I know all this shit. I can relate to all these things. So I've been there. I've been there and then I made it out and then I go back. You know what I mean? But most of the time now I just go back to help bring somebody with me outlet. Because ain't
Types.
nobody really thriving in an environment like that, bro. It don't matter how much dope you sell, right?
So
It
you can
doesn't.
help a
You,
billion
you know
people
what I'm
just by
saying? They
giving
call
them
it like they call it in prison. They got a thing they call chain gang rich. That's an actual thing. It's a term,
Mhm.
and it's like a term of endearment. And it's like, okay, so you chain gang rich, right? And I know what chain gang rich is. I was about as chain gang rich as you could possibly be, right? And all that literally means at the end of the day is you got a cell phone, you got some ramen noodles in your box, and you got some people that owe you some money on the wire, like PayPal or Cash App or some shit like that, a couple $100 that you could send home to people maybe, or you might just blow it all on cigarettes or drugs because that is all over, please. Right? Every like it, all it does is it takes all these criminals and gives them more access to everybody that would buy drugs from them, and then it makes everything 10 times as expensive. Right? It, it's that simple. Like
So when they get out, that's the mentality that they bring instead of a
that's it. But can
reformation.
you think about that? That is actually a thing that men aspire to be is chain gang rich.
Yeah, and that's why they get the school to prison
They
pipeline.
want
And
to
that's
go
why
to
I see
jail.
prevalent.
They want to get into an altercation with the police and go to jail so they can now add that to their resume of fucking street cred, bro. I killed a nigga. I went to prison. I did this. Now you'll respect. That's insane that that is culture and that is terminology they use. That is the way they think.
This is facts.
And these are my people, bro. Like, it's crazy, bro. I know this because I've been those people. And at that time, I probably wasn't really listening too much either, but I didn't have a example. I didn't have anybody showing me that there was some, you know what? You don't have to trap, bro. You can make a lot of money doing network marketing. You can make a lot of money doing product sales. You can make a lot of money being a setter or a closer. You can literally just go, if you got the gift of gab, bro, get a job doing some type of public based service, bro. You can talk to people. You got that ability. You got powers within everybody. I mean, you all got them no matter who you are and how insignificant you think you are. You fucking have amazing abilities inside you. You can literally change the world, but you won't do it. Whether it be fear or maybe it's the environment. I
Oh,
think
it's
it's
2 o'clock.
definitely both. Because
We got
fear
some
is brought
world
on by
changing
the
stuff to
environment.
do today too. It's Wealth Wednesday too, right?
I know,
So
bro. It is Wealth Wednesday, and I've already had like some groundbreaking advancements in understanding and everything.
yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man. What by the line burn session on Friday, bro? It's OV. Oh, so but we have to change the name.
Nope. I'm gonna light a
Iron
candle.
Bar. There you go. That's my guy. I'm a light a candle in celebration of your commitment to furthering yourself and who knows, it might even correlate to me choosing to do something.
And I can make candles too. You feel me? So
Yes, we can. And we got the body butters and facial lip balms, soaps, herbs. We got you know what? I can't remember all the herbs. But, oh yes, and we got a yeah, we got a little partnership with the Sasquatch there too. Just so you know.
oh yeah, I got some stuff, man. I got some stuff, yo. So
Awesome, man. Boots
yeah,
on the
y'all
ground
gotta tap
regardless.
in. We got stores all over. We about to add on multiple websites so you could just stay up to date with the whole network because you'll see everything that's coming. You feel me? And we already dropped all of the information. You feel me? All of the stuff we talked about. So it's little snippets, it's projects, it's things that's already showing you what's up. There's entire maps to show you how where and the network is moving, and that's just on some of the base level projects that you feel me introduce people to what's going on. So yeah,
Do
I
you
got a
think
link tree. So if you
compression
click
would
on
be better
Facebook,
or
you in there.
worse for the open environment?
You said, do we think what?
No,
What? You said
compression, like I'm adjusting the compression settings on this. I'm trying to figure out what ratio would be
now it's getting
better.
too loud.
That's too loud. Okay. What
So
about
the
now?
other way was more crisp
Okay. So
on the real. Some
how does
proper,
that?
a little overmodulated, but it's not that bad. Turn it down a little bit, and you should be straight.
Is that better?
Now that's better.
That's good. That's a 2 to 1. Let's do 3 to 1. How's 3 to 1?
Nah, I'm overmodulated.
Okay. I also got the threshold here that I can adjust too. Mm, look at that. That one, that's probably the best for two
Ooh,
on one.
no, terrible. Ouch. Start shaking my speakers.
What about this?
Underwater.
Um, okay, so that's the threshold that needs to be high. How's that?
Mm, Still that. This is terrible. Mm, 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 mm,
I believe that's the one. That's better, maybe?
possibly.
Here we go. Ah, distortion. Probably. What should have a distortion?
Nope. That sounds terrible.
I'm not done. Hold on.
And it's picking up all types of shit in the background.
Yeah.
Let me mute. Let me see if I'm hearing your background.
How's that? Okay. Is that better or worse?